Morning, my name is Kocher. I'm president of YYC Growers and farmer of Grand Truck Veggies, and I'm here with
Adam, chef of Last Best, and we're cooking outside the Harvest Box again today. So today I'm going to do some roasted cauliflower tacos. So we had some orange, white, and purple cabbage. Sorry, not cabbage.
cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
It's all the same family. It's a brassica. These are beautiful in color, hey?
I'm looking at the cabbage and it came up. All right. So part of I'm just tearing off the leaves. It's actually easy. So if there's any kind of bits on there that don't look like they're that good, just kind of give it a quick shave. So what I'll do is I'll just cut the cauliflower right down the center. Look at that color, it's amazing. And then I just kind of make like a little V cut on the core of the cauliflower, and that way it'll release all the florets. Little cooking hat.
Good little tip there.
So how is it that they grow with these different colors, Kai?
These are just different varieties, you know. I mean, it's like purple beets, white beets. They see traits, you know, that they like. They, you know, just try to promote that trait more and more. And something that's really unique about purple, I'm not an expert to speak on it, but I know that the nutrients that are in purple vegetables are really high in nutrients. Unfortunately, I'm not an expert on it. I can't talk about it. I know you're probably one day you're going to have those skills and you're going to be able to. But
funny thing you say. All right, so just got the cauliflower in the bowl. I'm just going to get a little bit of oil.
Is that just an olive oil we're using here?
It's just grapeseed oil, actually. Okay. So I just made a little spice mix. Just a little dried chili, some cumin, coriander, some garlic and onion powder, and sesame seeds. Just going to give it a little toss. Make sure it's nice and coated.
You can already smell that, eh? It's just
totally.
like, it's beautiful.
I've already preheated my oven to 400 degrees. I'm just going to roast that off. So basically what I'm looking for with that cauliflower is I just want to get some good colorization on it, get it nice and roasted and golden brown. It's going to have this nice nutty taste to it. So now that the cauliflower is roasting off, we're going to make the accompaniments for it. So I believe where I'm going to start is this cantaloupe. I'm going to turn into a salsa.
Beautiful. So this cantaloupe was actually grown here in Alberta. The one thing that like a lot of people probably don't know is that you can grow watermelon and cantaloupe in Alberta. It's much easier to do it obviously if you have a greenhouse, but you know, I know people who grow them in their backyards.
Really?
If you got a really warm backyard, a lot of concrete or a nice deck back there that's going to trap all that heat, it's you know, probably a good place for you to grow. You got to start them really early. You got to start them inside, get them out, you know, right at that May long weekend, pamper them a little bit, but you can do it. And as you can see, I mean, you can smell that, like it just has that.
Yeah, it smells great. So I mean, when I got this cantaloupe, I was like, whoa, what are we going to do with this? I mean, other than just cut it up and eat it in slices, normally that's what we would do. So kind of got my creative juices flowing. I'm like, well, what can I do with this? And fruit salsa seem to be pretty popular at this time of the year, obviously.
Yeah.
So all I've done is peel off the outside. Move this stuff out of the way so you can better pick. Peel off the outside, scooped out the seeds, obviously, and we're just kind of cutting it into batons, essentially. Here, try a piece.
Alright, yeah, I actually haven't had any yet, so.
Mm.
And it's the perfect texture, like it's still firm, you know, when you get those like soft, squishy melons, I'm never into that.
Wow.
So then from the batons, you're dicing it?
Just a small dice, yeah, because when you make like salsa here, I just want to make sure that it's not too big of chunks. So we got that. Okay, I'm also going to use an onion that came in the box. Probably just half.
Do you have any tips for onions? I know that onions can be like for cutting and peeling can often be tricky. Do you got any?
So yeah, kind of like for most chefs, like some guys will lay it down and kind of like slice upwards. for me, I like to have it on its end like this. I just kind of make little slits.
Oh, and you're not going all the way through.
Not all the way through, just about like 3/4. And then once it's there, I'll take my knife and go the opposite way. And then I can get small dice out of it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's really fine.
Alright. Onions are in. We got some cilantro here. I just like to kind of bunch it up and just kind of give it a quick rough chop, or I can go in. Got some cucumber left over from a previous share. I like using cucumber in my salsas. It's a trick I picked up for one of my Mexican friends, Antonio. At the time, people thought it was kind of weird putting cucumber in, but I'm like, well, this is how they do it in Mexico City, so. So I'm kind of getting the onions, the cantaloupe, the cucumber all kind of cut the same similar size, like really small dice. Let's also be complete without some tomatoes. So these are just some simple little garden tomatoes. I'm not gonna work with them too much, just maybe cut them into quarters.
So now these items were not from the box, but they were locally grown, is that understood?
Yeah, totally. They come from like a community garden, so.
And especially with being dry too, I've heard that in Sicily what they do is they water their tomatoes with salt water.
Okay.
And that starves them of water a little bit because obviously it's salinated. So
right.
So then they think that they're suffering, so they start producing more fruit because that's their reproduction cycle. So I imagine that with this heat that we've had in Calgary, if you haven't been irrigating a lot, you've probably had a bounty of tomatoes.
So I'm gonna use some lemon juice in there because I used up all the lime when I made this calamole.
So what is calamole?
So it's basically guacamole, but I used a bunch of kale up from a previous share.
Okay, so it's got the avocado in there.
It's got the avocado, it's got the garlic, it's got some cilantro and lime juice, and it also has a lot of kale from a previous share. So I didn't want it to go to waste. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of jalapeno. Add as much or as little as you like, however hot you want the salsa to be. Pinch of salt, some pepper. Just gonna give it a mix here. So there's the salsa all mixed up. I'm just gonna put that off to the side. Sometimes there's like kind of like a coleslaw-ish on like tacos that come from like the Baja region, or like they'll be use a lot of cabbage in that. So I'm gonna use up this cabbage. I'm just gonna cut off a small piece here off the edge. I'm just gonna cut it as fine as possible as I can, just thinly sliced. Alright, so got the cabbage. And kohlrabi in the share as well. So showing another use of the kohlrabi. Last time we used kohlrabi to make the cakes.
This is like a good pairing of the two because they have that similar flavor, but
right, and from the same vegetable family, right?
Same family, yeah.
All right, thin slices. And then from that, I'm also going to do just really thinly sliced, same as the cabbage. Got the cabbage, kohlrabi, got some of this purple mizuna.
I just love the look of it. Like it's almost like this seaweed kind
of
totally
look. So mizuna is kind of similar to arugula in a way. It's kind of peppery. It's always good to kind of give a quick look through any of your greens. Make sure there's any bad parts, which there's nothing. Like this looks great. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I think what I'll do is I'll use the top of this green onion. Really making a mess today. Alright, so I'm just going to mix it all together. Anyone that knows me well enough knows how much I love citrus, so.
That's your jam?
That's my jam.
So now this is just like a really super fresh coleslaw. Eh?
Yeah. Give it a taste. Like?
Yeah. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you've set up this whole bowl in like,
totally.
I don't know, how long did that take you? Like 10 minutes? Like,
About that, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to kind of cook this up at home.
Yeah.
A quick meal. I also have some queso fresco to put on top as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the roasted cauliflower. So it looks like we got some nice colorization on there. There's a lot of moisture that's coming out, so when you're opening the oven, just be careful. You don't get a rush of steam in your face. I'm gonna try a little piece here.
Is that good?
The color of this is amazing. Look how bright green that is.
Yeah, we're not blending this up at all. We're just putting the whole chunk of cauliflower on there. Eh?
Yeah, totally. Alright, so we got the cauliflower on there. I'll put a little bit of the cabbage and Mizuna mix. There you have it.
Wow. All right. So this is like a genuine Alberta taco.
Yeah, totally.
Other than the citrus, I think all of these ingredients, they could have been grown here in Alberta. So,
yeah.
Wow. You got a name for this one?
I think we'll call it Tacos L YYC Growers.
Every
Let's say tacos. Tacos the. Let me come back 1 second.
All right.
I'll think of that one.